Hi, my name is Brecht Castel. I'm a Belgian journalist and I love online investigations. In this episode, we start from a small clip on Instagram, and the caption is that the police is shooting on kids with a water cannon. Let's look at the footage first. And now let's investigate. First, I tried to find the original footage. So I went to YouTube and typed in manifestation in Brussels. I know this is a recent clip, so I filtered for results only from last week. And I also was looking for live streams, so these are usually quite long, so I searched for long videos. And here I found one of those live streams, and I scrolled a bit through it and I found the thumbnail. Yes, this looks like it. And here we see the same footage, but in a much longer video. This was live streamed the 5th of December, and we have a time code. So if we know when this video started, we know when this happened. But first, let's see if this is really Brussels we're seeing. We can verify this by going to Google Maps and using what we've seen. We've seen a petrol station from Shell Express, so we go to the region of Brussels and look for Shell Express petrol stations. We have a few of them. Actually, we have too much of them, so we can try to click on all of them and look if it looks the same. That's quite an effort. So we look first for more context. I found this tweet from the Brussels police, which shows the route the protest was taking. So it was a protest against COVID measures. And they started at Brussels North station and they went in this direction. So let's compare it with Google Maps. So Brussels North is here and they walked approximately this route. So in this region, we only see one Shell Express. Let's zoom in. And now we click on the yellow man in the right corner. And we can go to Google Streetview to verify if this is really the location. Here we see the headquarters of the European Commission. So this really happened in the heart of Brussels, in the heart of Europe, if this is the place. And yes, it looks like it. This is the same place as we see in the footage. So what can we do next to find the starting point of this video? I right-clicked on this page and I went to View Page Source. So this is the source code of this YouTube page. Then I typed Ctrl F to find something and I typed in start date. I got this ID from a guy on Twitter. I'll link to him in the description below. Now we find this start date in this source code, and this is some intriguing figures. This is the date of the live stream. After the plus is the time zone. Actually, this is a mistake because it's +1 UTC in Brussels at this time, but here we have the starting time. So if we add 1 hour, this is the exact starting time of the video. So it was 1:09 p.m. Another thing I found is other live streams of the same event. For example, here we have this one from Russia Today. It really shows the same place at the same time. So it would be nice if we can see them both together. I went to a great site called viewsync.net. And now we'll copy the two live streams to try to see them both at the same time. So I copy one link, paste them here. And I copy the second link and paste it here. Now we'll do an audio test to see if it's really the same moment we're seeing. And this creates a new link when we click on View Sync. And when we open this page, we can click on the videos to start buffering them. And now, if we click on the play button below, we can see both images at the same time. So we see the footage, we see the same things, but from a slightly different angle. And this was a great tool to investigate these riots. For example, here on the right, we see a detail, and on the left, we see what's happening. See, the water cannon is shooting because fireworks are going off. And when we look on the left, we also see that even fireworks really hit the police and get at their feet. So we definitely understand why they use the water cannon. All of this footage has been taken before the kids arrived at the scene. So this is very important. I'll show you a few other examples. Here the live stream left is still far away. We can only see smoke, but on the right we see what's really happening. On the left we see the water cannon from far away, and on the right we see it from close by. Here we see on the left we are inside the petrol station where the protesters and the rioters are, and we see how they are hit by the water cannon. So this really gives a much better insight in what's really happening at this particular moment in time, because we can see it from two different angles. On the left we see some vandalism, we see someone throwing with a fire extinguisher, and we see this is really definitely a tense situation. And now after a small freeze we see some fireworks being lit on the left, and now we also see them on the right. The footage on the left becomes useless because the camera is not pointing in the right direction, but on the right we definitely see what's happening. The police shooting at the water cannon, but they still manage to throw the fireworks into the direction of the police. So I think this was already an interesting tool to investigate riots, but we'll get even deeper. Now we go to the moment when the kids arrive at the scene. So here we can see the mother with the two kids for the first time. And if we look closely, we see that behind them, so these are the kids, and behind them rioters are following in their path. So in fact, they're using the kids with the mother as a kind of human shield to get closer to the police. We can clearly see this on this footage. And this is exactly where the Instagram video started. This is the one kid, and the second kid with the mother is right here. And behind them, we see a lot of people rioting. So now let's try to understand this walk. So this is the furthest I could see them. There they are. And let's go to Google Maps to see how far they were walking in the direction of the police. So this is Google Street View. I think they were approximately here, judging from the footage. So I go to Google Maps and I click on measure distance from this point. Now we'll return to the footage because this is the closest to the police the boy came. So we'll try to find a visual clue. We return to Google Street View and we'll recreate the walk the kids with the mother did. So that's this, and they ended up right here. So if we take this point again to Google Maps, we can measure the exact distance they walked in the direction of the police. Well, exact, it's approximately 30 meters. So they had some time to think what they were doing. The mother was really walking in the direction of the police. And now let's try to watch this video in slow motion. I again use a simply a free tool for this, watchframebywframe.com. I copy the footage, and now we can really watch the footage very closely. So first the kids and the mother are right here. And now let's look to this small detail. I'll show you frame by frame with a bit of zoom in. We see something flying up in the air and falling down again. And this happens right above the heads of those two kids. So this is the direction the thing was making. And if we look closely, we see it here on the ground and somebody is throwing it away. And you can see it's really quite a big thing. Some piece of plastic or iron, I don't know. Again, another scene when the kids are still standing there is this thing which is flying through the air in the direction of the police. Watch closely above the yellow line. We watch it frame by frame, and we clearly see something is thrown at the police. This is all happening when the kids are getting closer. Now we'll go to the moment of the exact video. This is the guy who made the video that was put on Instagram, who made the live stream. And now we have a different angle, and we clearly see here the two kids are standing, and the police is aiming with a water cannon at the rioters. Let's play. Fast forward a bit. They're still standing there. People are taking photographs. And again, they aim above the kids to the rioters behind them. And now we see the mother with the two kids going back. So this definitely gives a completely different perspective on the footage we have found on Instagram. And immediately after, people start throwing things, rocks and other things, to the police again. So it was definitely a tense situation when all of this happened. To conclude, I wrote an article about this in Dutch for Knack, which reconstructed all of this. And the caption that the police is shooting at the kids with a water cannon is rather untrue. Especially for you also made a timeline in English. I'll link to it in the description below. I hope you found this video interesting. Please give it a like, share it with your friends, and welcome back for more.